Love you guys, Marcy says. Let's go Bernie, Kate says. Never Hillary, Don Foster has. I saw several comments basically saying that Hillary didn't really get more votes, that it's all fraud. Okay?
Neither did George Bush.
Okay. Wait, that's not my whole question. And then you have this really beautiful comment from Rebecca's father today, where he says he looks at his granddaughter and he thinks, you know, he wants to celebrate what Bernie has done because he's transformed the political landscape on the battlefield on which we discuss what we the people want to do as an expression of our collective will through our government. He's changed all the issues and he's changed her life. Okay? So do you want the people who listen to you stomping their feet, kicking the ground and thinking we were cheated? Or do you want them thinking, wow, we really accomplished something, and with this we can take this and we can go places?
You know what I say to that? I don't want you to think, because we're not done. Even if Bernie, there's no time for reflection, because even if Bernie loses, that's what Hillary and the establishment want. They want you to sit there and pout and be angry and focus on the voter suppression and all that. And they basically, Hillary Clinton's campaign, they truly think, all right, Bernie will drop out, and then, you know, we'll work to unify the party. We'll get his supporters on our side. I'm not telling you what to do. If you want to vote for Hillary Clinton, go ahead. But it's not the time to think, because Bernie's movement needs to continue. There needs to, even in the general election, if Hillary Clinton's pivoting back to the center and pretty much moonwalking all these progressive positions she's taken, you guys need to be active.
Rush the line?
Rush the line peacefully. I'm not talking about violence. We are not Trump supporters, and that's not who we are. But I don't think this is a time to reflect and think about the movement, because the movement shouldn't end. Because Bernie has said it all along, and I don't think it was a talking point. I think he really means it. This is about more than electing a president. And just because you don't elect a president this time, if it doesn't happen, why did Occupy fail? Occupy did a lot of good things, but it was kind of a leaderless thing. It didn't have real specific demands. It didn't have, it basically stayed in one place and camped out, but it kind of fizzled because there wasn't a central leadership. Bernie is the leader of this movement, but even if he loses, there's so many other people who have been inspired by Bernie that could pick up that mantle in local communities, whether it's protest of a Hillary event because she's moonwalking back, or I don't need to give you ideas how to protest Donald Trump. Don't sit there. Now, I've covered the voter suppression purges for the last few weeks. I don't blame you if you're upset about that. But you know what? Unfortunately, in America, it's not always the person who gets all the votes that becomes the senator, the congressman, or the president. We've seen that in history. And also, the bottom line is, you know, keeping it real, even without New York and Arizona, I mean, she beat him badly in the South. And she racked up a lot of delegates that way. Do I think that if New York, if over 100,000 people weren't purged, if the margin for her victory would have been smaller? I do. Eric and I have argued about that, and we don't have time to get into that right now. In Arizona, same thing. I do think the margin of victory would be bigger, but I think your energy and time is not spent well if you're only going to focus on the fact that he's been screwed or hasn't gotten, or she didn't really get as many votes. That might be the fact, but the question is, if he doesn't win the nomination, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit and complain about it and piss about it? Or are you going to say, I'm not going to give the establishment what they want, which is for you to go silent, for you to feel deflated, and for you to get in line? So it's your choice what you want to do, but do I think you should be upset about the voter suppression? I do. Republicans have been doing it for years, and now Democrats are doing it with closed primaries that have deadlines 6 months before the primary to decide which party you want to be in. I mean, that's suppression, straight up. But I don't think you should dwell on it, is the answer. And we should get off before the TYT army gets mad at us, since we're competing with our bosses.
It's the one thing they told us not to do.
Yeah, they told us not to do this when the show's on. But anyway, stay tuned. I'll be on the show later. We're going to be live from Union Jacks in Indianapolis. If you want to come by and, go to youtube.com/TYTpolitics. Please, a request of mine, share that Trump video. Facebook, Twitter, the whole nine. We got to get more eyeballs to see what's going on out there in the streets. Not in Trump's event, but in the streets. So stay tuned, and there's going to be more videos as the days go.
We also have a new Facebook page for TYT Politics. It's facebook.com/TYT Politics. It's a good place to post your version of your answer to the question I just posed to Jordan. All right, thanks. Eric Byler, Jordan Chariton, signing off.